Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to Perspective X Lakers fandom PXLFL. And this 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 is the worst, you know, time to stream. But you gotta do it. You gotta um, talk about all this stuff that is happening in the Lakers. The Lakers are a really good team, except for one thing: physicality and height. Physicality and height, and it's not because there's no lack of trying, but we got banged up centers. Well, none of them are really physical. Like when Anthony Davis is your most physical defensive center, you're gonna have problems when you get people like Jokic, and 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 you saw it last night. You saw it tonight, and that's what it's coming out. That's what's uh, being uh, shown here. I got the stats here of how bad this game was. The Lakers were embarrassed completely from beginning to end, and um, so Anthony Davis was minus 26. Rui Hashimura was minus 13. LeBron James was minus 26 also, or 25, minus 25. Austin Reeves was minus 22, and Cam Reddish was minus 23. I'm going to say something that's going to be a little bit controversial, but I think Cam Reddish, even though he's probably our best defensive player right now on the court, apart from AD, I wouldn't put him in the starting lineup. I would keep in the starting lineup um, um, Dalton Connect, and I'll explain why. Players need to have some continuity, and Dalton Connect was starting to show up on the stats since he was in the starting lineup. That doesn't mean he can't do it outside of it. I don't think anybody can dispute that he can do it. But if you are a guy who, in a night where LeBron James scores uh, a little bit over 20, Anthony Davis a little bit over 20, in this LeBron James didn't even get to 20. Anthony Davis only scored 14 points. 14. But one of the reasons Anthony Davis is not able to score in these games is because the dependence on him is so high right now in the scoring, on the side of scoring. And you have a really good scorer, not just a shooter, because this is the problem that I've been, hearing. Dalton Connect is not just the shooter we needed; he's also a scorer. When he can't shoot, he will find a way to score. Tonight, he was it was a bad night for him. But you got to understand, you're you're in a team that doesn't have enough height to challenge Denver. And he doesn't have enough physicality to challenge Denver. I mean, LeBron can play the physical role, but the problem is, LeBron is not a kid once, and LeBron is one of our best scorers, one of the two, the 1-2 punch. So you don't want to put LeBron in a situation when he have to be the the physical guy who has to go all around, especially on the defensive end. And that's the problem. Take this off. That's the problem. You're getting LeBron into this situation, and the situation, you know, right now, the two centers that I thought they should have developed in the last 2 years, they are doing what they are doing in Minnesota. Not in Minnesota. I'm sorry. Uh, with the Grizzlies, not the Timberwolves, the Grizzlies. So we lost those two guys, right? And I know they weren't the best right now, but they're better than what we are now having on the center position besides Davis, which is nothing. Coloco is good defensively, and Coloco has an upside, but right now, the right now is the problem. Is the problem. So Christie scored well in the small amount of time that he got, but he was a minus 12. And Connect, he had enough time. He had 28 minutes in the game, but only scored 9 points, and his plus minus was minus 17. Now, he's a rookie, right? And so he's a rookie who's actually getting minutes. But I think that it was important for him to start. From Cam Reddish, I wish you could get 30 points for him starting. Heck, 20 points for him starting. Better, 15 points for him starting. But that's not what we're getting from him. What we're getting is all these other stuff that are necessary, but they are not uh, uh, things that you could say, well, this guy should be in the starting lineup. Cam Reddish have always had that potential, but never really achieved it. At this point, he's a bench guy. He's not a starting role guy. And you know, in I don't know what to do with D'Lo. I'm trying to get. Is D'Lo here? D'Angelo Russell, 18 points. Yeah, because I saw him play. No, 18 minutes, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists. Cam Reddish, like right now, like we need that other push. I don't know how. And the other thing is why they don't address this. This is a front office problem. This is I don't know. I don't know if I can attribute at this point to a coach. Like we all thought, maybe this is Darwin's problem. But I don't know what JJ Redick thinks because I couldn't watch the end of the game. I was so disgusted at that third uh, quarter, and I tried to watch the fourth quarter completely, but I couldn't because I was so disgusted uh, of that quarter. I do not think the Lakers. I just don't. I just don't understand. right? And and it sucks. It sucks. It sucks that that to see this repeat itself. Another thing about the third quarter. Have you noticed that the big star in the third quarter and the big star in all the games, aside from the usual suspects, is okay, Michael Porter Jr. 24 points. He was his plus minus was 30. Only Jokic had a better plus minus than him. And but he can't do that with any other team. It's always the Lakers. It's always the Lakers. Why is that? That's why they hide. You know, I was watching some of the uh, simultaneously some of the people narrating the game. You know, aside from the game, and one of the things that people think they can't guess the height of Michael Porter Jr. He's 6'10". He's the same height as Anthony Davis. He's the same height as our center, and he is the small forward. You understand how that is a problem? You know, that's why other teams got a lot of big people too in the West, because they need they Denver was the team to beat not long ago. Dallas won went to the finals and won the West the last time. Nobody is really thinking about Dallas uh, as a championship team or as a team that we need to be, you know, really uh, good against. But Dallas, they got a center. They they knew they needed to get bigger, and that's what they did, and that's why they were so successful in the last year, because they don't have a problem with shooting. They had a problem with defense, and they fixed it. They had a problem with height, and they fixed it. We have a problem with height for a long time and physicality, and we have ignored it. The front office ignores that problem in ways that I don't understand. We don't need to find another scorer. We have him. We have him. I'm pretty sure that Dalton Connect is that guy. But we need people that help. LeBron should be a 3, not a 4. I know he's older and he fits better as a 4 in terms of guarding people. Maybe, because what I see, LeBron is still faster than many people, and he's still able to guard people pretty well. So I don't know where this thing comes from that he's a better use as a power forward. No, no, I don't accept that. And then you have Rui trying to guard uh, a guy who's taller than him and faster than him. And that's why Michael Porter Jr. can do whatever he wants every time he faces the Lakers. Now, if Vando were the guy guarding him, that's a different thing. But until Vando comes, we are going to have a hole there. And I don't know. I mean, we could all agree that JJ is kind of a genius in basketball, and he's probably gonna figure out a lot of things that we need to do with the roster we have. But the roster we have, he can take that to certain level, and after that, it's up to the front office to fill up those things. And they didn't do it because it, I like. Uh, so we got Christian Woods. I like Christian Woods. He's not the best defender, but he's tall and he can shoot the three. But he's not there. I like Coloco. Coloco just started. Let's see how he goes. Um, I like Triore, but Triore still, you know, have to prove himself. Uh, Vanderbilt is not around, so we can't. And Hayes, he wasn't around also. And I like Hayes, but he's not what we need. And, he's not gonna be long in the NBA if he doesn't develop a shot. Shooting is important, and if he doesn't develop that, he's gonna have to become such a monster on the defensive end, and that's the problem. If a guy like Jokic can move him around, then he's not the guy we need. You know, that's is that's what makes me furious when people say, "Hey, let's get Clint Capella." No, Clint Capella is not also what we need. He can't guard Jokic. Why can't we get? Uh, 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 I thought that meeting between Jeannie Boss. I'm sorry, Jeannie Boss and Dwight Howard would produce something that I've been asking the Lakers to do: bring back Dwight. Dwight was not the problem. He was never the problem when you brought him back. He was upset because nobody was producing. Nobody was physically, except for LeBron and him, to go back and defend. And so he was upset and all that kind of stuff. A lot of tension went on that. He left the team because of his agent. Nothing to do with what he really wanted. So you have the story of the Lakers with Dwight Howard is the Romeo and Juliet story that was fixed so Romeo and Juliet could actually live and be together. But for some freaking reason, this front office can get over the whatever happens because they are not moving themselves to do it. Or either Genie is not communicating with Pelinka, or Pelinka is not. Rob Pelinka is starting to look to me like a very overrated uh, front office uh, uh, manager because he does exactly what we don't need. And I think the Lakers, And I think that the Lakers recently is telling me that he has problem with Facebook. Facebook is, I don't even like Facebook anymore. But you know, outside of the topic, the Lakers need to fix this. The Lakers need to have their front office face up with what they have and the opportunities. You know, you have two centers that are outside of the NBA. I don't know why, because they are exactly what we need, and they are outside and they are good. Boogie Cousins and Dwight Howard, and they are not the your starting lineup centers anymore. Maybe, but they can guard Jokic, and one of them can shoot the three, and one of them can pass the ball like Jokic does. So when Anthony Davis is not the hub of the offense, you can have Boogie Cousins do what Jokic does. Boogie Cousins is more than capable of doing those things, and Jokic is not the most athletic guy. You don't have to be when you are as good as he is. Boogie Cousins is that good, and I don't know why people just discarded him. Yeah, he can't get back on defense. Yeah, so put him at the post, on the high post, even on the 3 point line to do to either pass the ball or shoot for three. He can go back from them. You can use at least a drop back defense while he is on the floor, and he's 6'10", with a long arms like Anthony Davis. He just can't defend like him anymore. But if you have him and Davis at the four, you don't need that much from him. That's my problem. That's my problem with the front office. It's my problem with the front office. It seems to not want to do things for the rest of the team when they are wrong. When they are wrong and they are called out, they focus on being wrong. And that's lack of humility. And that lack of humility is going to turn off fans. They are alive as a franchise right now because LeBron James still is a promise for championship, and because Anthony Davis is having one of the best seasons of his life, and because the Lakers have a fandom that is very loyal, right? But if this was any other team, front office would be booed every day. Every day. Enough with this rant. I'm out. So take care of yourselves. May God bless you. And hopefully go for Lakers.